Game 3 of the round of 8. Oh, where's the ball? No game ball? They got a game ball? I wish Matt and them were. What? Nothing. Hey, are we running on? We're okay. Yeah. 11:50 right now. This game's supposed to start at noon, right? I think so. All right, you ready?
And welcome back to the 8th annual Crossroads Elite Invitational Camp. If you're just joining us, we are in Game 3 of the top 80. The top 80 players in the camp selected from a group of 320 players from over 30 states. I'm Spencer Pulliam, joined by Crossroads Elite Invitational Director Adam Shoulders. And once again, Game 3 of 80. So in this top 80 group, Adam, take us through maybe some of the guys to look for as they'll play in a team setting, advancing to a semifinal. These guys are fighting for one more opportunity to play in front of you.
Yeah, what an honor, right?
Well, in blue, we've got Team Kevin Porter, alumni of Crossroads Elite Camp, as well as Darius Garland in white. Darius Garland with the Cavaliers. Tell us a little bit about what you remember when those two came through your camp so many years ago.
Yeah, so we had Darius Garland, Kevin Porter. That was a few years ago. They were both in the class of 2018.
That's right.
And they both came to different camps, but they were two of our better guys that have come through the camp. So we named these teams after them being alumni.
And they've both found their way into NBA teams now, as so many of these guys on the floor this weekend have hoped to do. And let's go through the rosters very quickly if you're following along at home, as we'll start right there in blue with Jason Green. So this is Team Kevin Porter, Jason Green, number 296. We've also got 26, Dalen Swain, 43, Reggie Bass, 76, Jared Hall, 145, Braxton Stacker, 203, Draven Gibbs Longhorn was a late scratch with an injury. We've also got 211, CJ Hawkins, 222, Jalen Lee, 230, Damian Mayo, 248, Trent Pierce, 251, Caden Rayfield, 292, Cameron Fenns. We mentioned 296, Jason Green, and 311 is Aiden Shaw. And in the white team, Team Darius Garland this game, we've got team number 42, Drayon Barrett, 48, Trayvon Brazil, 66, Kyan Evans, 143 was switched. That was Nick Smith. We've got Trevor Muwala on the floor replacing him. We've also got number 147, Curtis Stinson, 170, Braden Applehans, 171, Arius Bailey, 204, Jalen Gilmore, 208, Tyler Harris, 259, Price Sanford, 286, Isaiah Carr, 297, Nakari Igihan, and 305, Caleb Mitchell.
Yeah, this kid with the ball is a kid that's a late bloomer. He's actually class of 2021 right now. Plays for Yanders Law. Trevin Brazil, he's about 6'7",
Maybe a little taller.
6'8".
Right.
Can play on the perimeter some.
Expected to reclass to 2022, or is he going to stay in that 2021 group?
I don't know what his intentions are as far as that goes. I know he's a 2021 kid right now that has some offers on the table.
He's really grown into that frame, too. I know you mentioned to me that I think maybe even as recently as a year ago, he was only 6'3" or so.
Yeah, he's a late bloomer, so really he is relishing this opportunity to play at the camp. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, not a lot of people know about here, number 48. Looks like $1 million.
Great frame, obviously.
He shot it well this weekend. He can put it on the floor some. I think that's an area of he's working on. But, I mean, he can definitely do that.
And look at that finish there in blue. That's 3'11", Aiden Shaw. That's a guy you're very high on.
Yes, one of MoCan's top guys. I know he picked up a Nebraska offer recently, and athletic, long, to play on the wing.
That was a Big Ten level flush right there, I'll tell you that much. Overland Park, Kansas. He's at Blue Valley High School. Aiden Shaw. A lot of people knew about him, but he still has had a big-time weekend out here.
Yeah, he has, definitely. This is a kid with the ball. Brandon Garrison with a nice interior pass to Isaiah Carr. Brandon Garrison's a guy that's got a lot of upside.
I liked him. Oklahoma City product.
Yeah, Dell City High School.
Thank you.
Dell City High School.
Yep. A good 6'8", excellent frame. Looks like he can add some weight at the next level, but he still moves extremely well. And Adam, rare in a camp setting, but you actually have a legit 7-footer on the floor there in 292 in blue. That's Cameron Finns.
Cameron Finns, yeah, he is from Dubuque, Iowa. Plays with Martin Brothers on the circuit.
Hempstead High School.
Oh, nice move.
And look at the cut
Brandon
there.
Garrison with another assist.
That's
a
right.
big fellow showing off his passing skills.
Good things tend to happen when you move. I've heard the coaching staff, you know, they preach motion, keep the ball moving, but I've probably seen Adam more off-the-ball screens at this camp than I think I've ever seen at any other, and that was a good sign to me as Jalen Gilmore with the cut down the lane there, and White made that happen.
I want to say this. That is a testament to our staff director, Matt Jones. He did a great job getting these coaches together. And, you know, we have guys that coach on the D3 level in college. We have high school coaches, AAU guys. And they've all really bought into our vision of having guys actually coach these kids. Because a lot of times these guys are coming into this camp. They have a big reputation. You know, everybody tells them how great they are. And what we want to do is actually give them realistic, you know, expectations. I mean, we want to give them what they're going to get at the high school, college level, and, you know, even beyond that. They have to be coached, and, you know, you have to be able to play basketball on the half court. And, you know, it can't just be a free-for-all. So, I mean, I think the coaches here have done a really, really good job, and they've worked really, really hard. So we need to give credit to the coaching staff here and just how much effort they've put into this, and the kids have really responded.
Absolutely. Experience feedback is invaluable, right? Guys that have been there, they've seen players at the highest level, and you've mentioned you have a coaching staff at all levels.
Former players that are coaching here, you know, so, I mean.
Coaching staff second to none. You were lucky to get Matt Jones. He was overseas coaching
just
internationally.
Got back from coaching with Maccabi Ashdod with Brad Greenberg, Seth Greenberg's brother. He was coaching over there in the Israeli league and then came back whenever the whole shutdown.
Bringing some of that European style and flavor to this event, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he came back. He came back from Europe and brought a little FIBA basketball over here.
That's right. We couldn't widen the lanes in time or change the ball.
I told him I wanted us to use the molten basketballs, and he wasn't having it.
Sure. Well, I find those interesting. You know, kids get in the USA basketball setting, and use those to try to prepare for FIBA play. And I really have heard players they do have to make an adjustment with those balls.
Yeah, here's a kid, 171, Arius Bailey from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's an incoming freshman, but he's really got a chance to grow more. His mom and dad played college basketball. Dad played for Clyde Drexler at Houston. Mom played at West Virginia. And he's about 6'6", can play on the wing some. He's going to grow more. But Arius Bailey, a class of 2024 from Chattanooga, will go to Boyd Buchanan High School. And I really like his upside for sure. He had a good weekend.
I agree. Worst case scenario, stretch 4, showed some touch, being able to step out and knock down some jumpers. And here's one, 76 in blue. Love Jared Hall as well, and his growth in the last year has been enormous.
Yeah, plays with EAB, Mike Cooey's team on the Adidas circuit. And he's a guy I know you really like. You saw him at CP3 last year. What, he was 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'3", 6'4".
And where's he at now?
6'8". I mean, he's grown 4 or 5 inches legitimately.
Yeah, and he has some versatility to his game. He's got the hair too.
And
you know, in the corner.
he may get a couple more. I mean, to imagine his game where it goes at 6'9", 6'10" as a perimeter player is incredible. C.J. Hawkins there, even though he missed that, 211 in blue. He's been your motor guy this weekend.
Yeah, he wanted, like, he was going head-to-head with guys that were nationally ranked and trying to – he was just productive against them.
He's a great example of a guy that might end up at a mid-major and then they have a tournament upset, and he's a key piece of that team.
Yeah, I know. He's aggressive. He's been very aggressive. This kid, 251 with the basketball, 13 years old, playing with high schoolers.
Special.
He has a chance to be a very, very good player down the road. He's going to be, 6'8", 6'9", playing on the wing. Right now he's 6'3", 6'4", and he's a kid that's going to Putnam City North, but recently reclassed from 2024 to 2025.
Caden Rayfield.
Caden Rayfield. Remember the name.
Absolutely. And here is, I'm telling you, in 15 years, Caden Rayfield is the youngest player that I've evaluated. He was on track to graduate high school as a 16-year-old. Even though he reclassed, he will still play his entire senior year as a 17-year-old. So he will graduate barely 18 years old with a reclass. Can you imagine him going into college as a 16-year-old? I mean, it would have been unbelievable. And he's a young man that's on track to maybe reach 6'8", 6'9", even 6'10".
No, it's unbelievable. And he has some skill level. He's got skill level on the perimeter. I mean, he looks young now. I mean, he's a kid. 251 is a kid that it's amazing that he's in this game right now. And it's not only because of his upside, but he has been effective.
He was
throughout the weekend.
Absolutely. Caden Rayfield there with the rebound right on cue. Love his game. And in his level, when you see him with his peers, he's playing more of a 4-5. He filled into a guard position and was knocking down jumpers this weekend.
Well, I think sometimes they get out with these middle school teams, and sometimes I think that they're not always used in the right positions on the floor. As far as like a kid like that, he could really grow,
versatile,
and be a versatile kid. So I mean, you see him out there, he's playing more that position, and here he comes out playing with these 6'9s and 6'10s we got, and he's putting it on the floor. I mean, he's a lot of upside with Caden Rayfield.
You're watching two guys here, Arius Bailey with the ball with the jumper over Caden Rayfield there. And here's a guy with the rebound, 248 in blue, Trent Pierce. Love his upside. His game's continued to improve.
Which one?
That's Trent Pierce, 248 in blue. He tries to chase
Tulsa,
down Arius Bailey there.
Oklahoma.
Good finish
Union
by Bailey.
High School.
Talk a little bit about the guard play this weekend. That's 222 there with the ball. That's Jalen Lee out of Bentonville, Arkansas. He was the guy Joe Johnson Hawks are really excited about.
Yes, plays for Bentonville High School.
And coming the other way,
Here's,
66 white. Yep,
Kyan Evans.
That's right. Kyan Evans
was going to be playing with the 15U Mocan team. Really, there he is with the driving kick.
To Curtis Stinson, your young fella.
Curtis Stinson, yeah, son of former Iowa State player Curtis Stinson.
That's right. You had him coaching in camp this weekend too. And, boy, young Stinson looks like he really looks the part of a young prospect, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's going to grow. I mean, he's, 6'1" right now.
Easily.
Huge feet.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad's really coaching him the right way as far as, you see him do things as a incoming 8th grader that a lot of guys just don't do. As far as...
Well, not a lot of guys have a daddy like that can point him in the right direction either.
Exactly.
I was pleasantly surprised to see 208 in the All-Star game. West Coast guy Tyler Harris, 208 white, really explosive guy around the rim. Emerging versatility for him too. He's a Northern California product out of
Newark.
Yeah, Newark. Late addition too to the camp. So Tyler Harris is a Newark Memorial kid, but Hayward, California, was on the circuit with Dream Vision. Quite a last-minute ad for you there with Tyler Harris.
Yeah, in the last week, Dad, reached out and wanted to bring him out here and
played his way into your top 80.
His way into the top 80.
So as we watch this rotation come back in blue, you've got Draven Gibbs Longhorn's going to give it a go.
Oh,
here.
wow.
And
yeah,
he's on the floor with Reggie Bass, Jason Green, Aiden Shaw, and what a group on the floor here for Team Kevin Porter in blue.
Yeah, so Draven has been battling a ankle injury and decided to give it a go. Draven Gibbs, number 203 in blue. He has a he has picked up a lot of interest recently. I know Kansas had called his dad, and a lot of the prep schools have been after him. And
well, Purdue is your first offer. Shows you're on the right track,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, he's a kid from Lafayette, Indiana. Plays with Indiana Elite, Mike Fox's team on the circuit there.
And I see you allowed him to rock the middle school hoop shorts. Ty Kish's camp. We saw him break out there, though. He's really good in transition.
I was going to ban those from the camp, but.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm glad to see him healthy and back on the floor. I was worried we weren't going to get to see him in this last set. As you see the scoring ability, well, Reggie Bass couldn't complete that one, but Reggie Bass is a guy that can really put the ball in the basket. And, I thought he was probably one of your top 5 scorers out here in terms of guys that can just get to the rim and finish this weekend.
Yeah, he's a strong guard. He's peaked out height-wise.
I think so, but that's okay because I think he plays to his strengths, and he really knows who he is. You can see he just embraces that scoring role. That ability to finish around the rim, I'm glad he made me look smart there because that's probably the 7th or 8th time I've seen him do something like that here this weekend.
Yeah, he's been very productive. Kid from Indiana, plays for Hamilton Heights now, Reggie Bass.
Out on the break
there.
There
he is with another
finish in transition. 170 here with the ball coming up the court. Another intriguing guy, Braden Applehans.
Yeah, Braden Applehans plays for Run GMC. He really needs to mature physically. I think that will change his game. He's not really matured,
To think he's a 2022 though, I love his upside.
Yeah,
I think his best basketball is going to be played
he has
in 4
level,
years at the college level.
Yeah, with his size and ability to put it on the floor and shoot it. And
Braxton Stacker is another guy here with the ball in blue, 145. What do you think about Stacker?
He was a surprise for me. I saw him at the Brad Beal Combine a couple weeks ago from Belleville, Illinois.
Cardinal Ritter High School, good program there.
Yeah, great program in St. Louis.
Shaw showing some of that explosiveness there that made our coaching staff fall in love with him. You've been watching Aiden Shaw a long time. Where do you see him at the next level position-wise? Probably the 4, maybe?
Yeah, he's athletic. I think he is versatile enough to do some things like this, grab it off the rim, bring it up the floor.
And finish. Almost. I jinxed him there, but I do like his athleticism. Obviously love his ability to play in transition. But I think as his skill level improves, he's got the lateral ability to potentially get on the wing, but he's got such good instincts around the rim. I really like him playing and 10 feet it in and as a versatile defender. And trust me when I say he can go get it off the glass. So we've got a score of 28-19 as we're trying to open up a double-digit lead here for Team Porter.
Team Kevin Porter.
I guess we should say Kevin Porter.
You've had Porter
I was going to say you've got both of the Porters in the NBA among your alumni. Aiden Shaw, boy, he is not afraid to attack the rim. But that was Nakari Aigihan that met him right there. Talk a little about Nakari, Texas native.
From Austin,
that's
Texas.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a great frame, strong.
True post player to about 6'8". Probably
I think
checks in around 230, 235. And, he's at Austin Westlake, which is known as a football program, but they've had some very competitive basketball teams over the years as well.
Yeah, he's a guy that could really make a living right around the rim with his strength and ability to attack from the short corner. Draven's hobbling a little bit out there, 203.
He is, yeah. Another kid I liked here, 218 in white, Merez Johnson. I know he's a guy you're high on. Tell us a little bit about his game.
Yeah, so he's a part of a really good freshman class at St. Rita High School in Chicago. That's a class that includes James Brown, Jaden Reyna, another kid that was here, Josh Pickett. So the coaches at St. Rita have put together a good class there, but this is a kid here, Merez Johnson. He looks like he's continuing to grow and has been effective here as an incoming freshman.
Absolutely, but you mentioned that freshman class. It just speaks to the talent in Chicago. I would imagine, though, there's not too many freshman classes, even nationally, that are as big and as talented as that one. James Brown couldn't make the trip because of the family obligation, but he's got another 2024 there, 6'8". You put him beside Merez. I mean, the talent level at St. Rita, they're going to be fun to watch, and they should be competitive in Chicago over the next several years.
Yeah, they're working hard down there, it seems like. They have some good talent coming there.
Love the ball pressure there. You see Trevor Brazile get out. He can really smother guys on the perimeter, and it speaks to
versatile defender.
Exactly, speaks to the versatility you talked about. College coaches are going to love him at the next level, and I would think that offer sheet continues to add up in his senior year.
Today, right?
Yeah, on the broadcast, as we've
Stock
got college.
is up
Yeah,
today.
we've got college coaches checking in with
Trevin
offers as they
Brazile.
watch him on their screen. So as we wind down here, we're going to get into this last rotation. We do have a 7-point game. It's 30-23. The team format's important here. This top 80 that'll feed into the semifinal game. Normally on Sunday, guys are losing their legs. Do you notice that? I mean, with 30-minute games, do you think it allows guys to play the entire weekend at a high level?
Yeah, and I think with us doing it in this format where we have so we do an Elite 8 bracket, but it's one game at a time on this one court. It really gives them time to rest for their next game. So I think that and the combination of the 30-minute running clock games, the mini games, really keeps them fresh. And I mean, I think a lot of these kids are just they're excited to be in this All-Star 80 and playing on adrenaline for sure.
For sure. And that's 259 there. Bryce Sanford, he seems to
Hoops.
always be in the right place at the right time.
Yes, he's a really talented player. The younger brother of Peyton Sanford, who I think is down to Iowa and Utah on his as an incoming he's a class of 2021.
Right, so rising senior this year.
Rising senior. But Price here, 259, plays for Kingdom Hoops, has a lot of potential in that class of 2023.
So that was 286. Isaiah Carr from Las Cruces. We mentioned his teammate, Will Benjamin. They cut down the nets in New Mexico for their high school team. Give us your impressions on his game. A true 7-footer as well. Isaiah Carr, Las Cruces with D1 Nation. He's a junior this year.
Yeah, I think the coaches gave him compliments this week on just he played the right way and was able to make shots around the rim and pass it well. I mean, he was just a guy that stood out at his size, not just being a stiff, 7-footer, but could run the floor and finish.
And how about this camp setting to give him the opportunity to play against another 7-footer? You have to think Cameron Finns and Isaiah Carr. They don't see too many guys their size very often.
No, not at all, especially in New Mexico. I mean, their high school coach called me and said, Adam, I'm looking forward to sending him out there because I really want to see him against other big guys.
Really been impressed with 204 in white. Jalen Gilmore giving a lot of effort here in this game, and he has all weekend. Hastings, Florida, Bishop Snyder, and Bishop Snyder's had some success as well. They'll have Corey Walker, who's a freshman on campus at UT Knoxville, and we'll see his younger brother in a later game.
Yep, Trenton Walker. Yeah, those guys play for Corey Walker Sr. on that North Point youth team, and Jalen Gilmore is one of their star 2022s.
Isaac Carr showing a little bit of bounce off the floor, the 7-footer there. Adam, you've had a nice pipeline of Florida prospects over the years. Again, we mentioned Kevin Knox. What do you think about the talent level in that Sunshine State that you've seen maybe in the upcoming classes?
Well, I think Florida's a place where you go to, and it's just like it seems like the talent level is so deep that you can get sleepers from
Athletes everywhere.
Small towns, and
And there's Cameron Finns answering with a dunk of his own on the tip dunk. Nice put back there from the big fella. Gilmore again, very confident with the ball, maybe over dribbling a little bit here, but these guys trying to get back into it in the last few minutes.
Game.
Yeah, look at Carr there going to the rim. Very agile to be a 7-footer. I think there's going to be a lot of schools that like him in the next year.
Okay, here's Sanford off the steal.
Brazil just continues to run the floor. I mean, I love how he gets after it. You really look for forwards like that to be rim runners, and he is a true rim-to-rim guy. I think almost every possession, you see him cross half court, get into the lane, regardless of if he's got the ball or not. I love his activity. Great energy guy. I've been really impressed with Brazil. I mean, great job bringing him in and identifying him, and he'll certainly benefit maybe more than anyone from this platform being a 2021 here. Whatever decision he makes, he's going to earn some more offers for sure. So we're seeing Reggie Bass on the ball here. More of a scorer, but I love to play a guy that can score the ball out of a ball screen as he turns it over there. But he's navigated ball screens throughout the weekend. He can create his own shot. Do you think there's guys here from a combo guard standpoint that are going to transition to that full-time lead guard? I mean, does anybody jump out in particular? You've seen that with some guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gabe Sisk has shown some of that.
Exactly. We watched him in the last game.
So here we have Team Kevin Porter up 41-33 against Team DARIUS Garland.
That's right.
Got a little full court pressure going.
I know these guys are trying to get into it. There's Curtis Stinson passing it ahead to Bailey. And underneath the rim there, 42 in white is another guy, Adam, we talked a lot about. A lot of conversation about Drayon Barrett as another breakout candidate.
Yeah, from Palestine, Texas, a really good athlete, nice frame. I think the skill level's coming along for him.
Another underrated program, Texas Sixers, a non-sponsored program. How are you able to dig up so many of these guys? Some of these hidden gems that come out, end up playing at least a mid-major level collegiately, but they're pretty much unknown. I mean, where are you finding these unsponsored programs? You seem to go off the beaten path quite often. You have a ton of success with it.
Yeah, I think that's just something that I really pride myself in, is going out and finding guys, because, everybody hits the main spots.
Wow, Aiden Shaw. Let me stop you right there. Is he the most athletic kid in camp? I mean, did that earn him? Is there a trophy available, a T-shirt, a bag, a banner? Can you get him anything for that athleticism?
Yeah, no doubt.
He's got a highlight, that's for sure.
For sure.
Wow, took off right there from the baseline.
No mercy on the rim. Right?
Now, I'm glad to see he's still jumping like that on Sunday. I'm exhausted.
Man, I only slept 2 hours. I'm feeling pretty good.
That's right. You got your coffee and you were good to go. Aiden Shaw, that was really impressive. Got the crowd out of their seats, and Reggie Bass is like me. He says it's Sunday, man. I'm laying it in.
Man, this team is pressing. Who's the coach here? Pressing?
That's got to be Vince Williams over there, right?
Yeah.
Your local guy. Now,
Buddy
Vince is a guy. He's had a ton of talent. I told you this interesting story. So Jamal Branch,
yeah,
right? Trevor Relaford, Will Spradling, Brett Comer. Before he moved to Florida, Vince had an amazing run around 2005, 2006 with some local Kansas City kids. I love that group. A lot of talent around here. It's good to see local guys come out. You've had a lot of local guys support this event this year.
Yes, and that's something that I came out here. I went to, MAYB Nationals, just trying to really get in the community and, see players from in and
in and around the area. I agree. I mean, so you talk about Wichita, right? Steve Young's been in here, had Perry Ellis, played at Kansas. You got Wichita State, great program. A lot of coaches have come out of that area. Some of the Wichita kids here that are here this weekend, Zion, for example, right? Even Steve's son. Division I talent is here. You bring this to this area. Tell us a little. I mean, Wichita's really embraced this event. Lay in there by Arius Bailey.
That. No, sorry about that. Yeah, Wichita's a great place. I mean, I think coming out here this year was out of necessity, but it's actually been a blessing to come out here to Wichita and host the event. A lot of support from the local people. And here at the Farha Sports Center, I mean, YMCA is where basketball started, right?
I love it. Tremendous facility. You got 8 courts here.
They don't
open floor plan. Great for observation.
They don't make YMCA's like this back where I come from.
Me neither. They've done a great job with this facility. But seriously, I mean, the facility has been conducive to evaluations. You know, to be able to walk around in a one-court facility like this and see these guys, I really enjoyed it. You know, I think if you're driving around to multiple venues, you just don't have the time. It takes a lot of opportunities away. So it was fun to watch this weekend. We're going to wrap this one up in the next 2 minutes. We've got a 14-point game, double digits. So we finished 3 of our 4 quarterfinal games as Team Kevin Porter trying to mount the comeback against Team Darius Garland. .230 is a guy, Adam, that a lot of people, I thought he was going for the lob there. I was trying to set him up. But Damian Mayo has been very good here this weekend. Talk about what you know about him.
Yeah, strong guard from Chaminade High School in St. Louis.
Mocan Elite product.
Mocan Elite product.
And you were talking about earlier some of the guys that got in just on defensive ability. Mayo's got a lot of ability on the defensive side of the floor.
Yes, sir. With Cameron Fenns with the block. Ooh, he returned the block on the other end.
Isaac Carr,
couple
block
big
of his
fellas
own.
going at it. Oh,
and there's the young
freshman,
guy. We talked about Arius Bailey,
yeah.
and there he is trying one on the rim.
Yeah, he's going to get better as he learns how to play. I mean, he's got so much physical and natural ability. So he's going to grow.
Aiden Shaw got that highlight, and now you've got some guys hunting highlights here in the last minute or so. So it looks like it's going to be Team Kevin Porter moving on. You've had some guys, you know, like talk about the championship teams here, right? Team format, the guys that go home on Sunday with a little bit of pride. There's only 10 guys that leave camp with a W in their last game, so that's kind of cool. This team with C.J. Hawkins, Draven Gibbs back, Jalen Lee, Damian Mayo, Trent Pierce, Caden Rayfield, Cameron Fenns. Jason Green on this team is a guy we haven't talked a lot about.
Yeah, Jason Green from Millard North High School in Omaha, Nebraska.
Started out locally with the factory and went to Mocan, that's right.
Yeah, he's a guy that's had a really good weekend here.
And already garnered some Division I interest. He's one of quite literally maybe 100 guys in this camp that came in with Division I offers, trying to enhance their resume. Where I was going with that, though, does this look like a team? How does this team compare to some of your previous teams that have won here in your top 80 sessions?
Yeah, I think every year you have a team that surprises you. You know, you have a team that is loaded with high major guys, but it comes down to the end of the day how they play together. And I think we're going to continue to see that as we go through the Elite 8 bracket here.
That's right. So 60-53, Team Kevin Porter advancing over Team Darius Garland. We'll be back with our last quarterfinal game. I'm Spencer Pulliam, joined by Crossroads Elite Director Adam Shoulders on SUV TV.